Here we are. Here we are. Hey, Lindsay.
Hi,
Oh
Lindsay.
my God. Okay, so we are back. We took a little breaky break because Christmas. Um, and
Girl,
New Year's
you
Day.
know, you don't realize how this close I was to say, you know what? I'm not feeling it tonight.
I was not home when you called me. And was probably going to stay where I was, but I needed to come home, and we'll talk about that off camera. But
Mm,
I went at home when you called me.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
Earlier.
mhm,
So
mhm,
yeah, there's that. Um, so yeah, we need to we do it. We normally do our year in review show every year. This year's been a little crazy, just a smidge. I can't get my life in order. God, that still ain't working. I pray I strengthen the Lord. Y'all just gonna see my head tonight. So we have a year in review show. I made a list of some things. We might not hit everything, but we're gonna try to hit the main things. We're gonna start off with we want to start off with the Oscars. What we starting off with?
I mean, I don't know what we're talking about. So you just you
We're doing a year in review. So that's what I'm saying. We want to start with
again. A lot of things happened in
I
2023.
understand that. So what I'm asking you is, do you want to start with the
We
Oscars?
can.
Okay, so the Oscars, right? That happened. Okay. Um, a lot of us had feelings about it. Everybody was down the middle. A lot of people felt like Will Smith was justified in going and defending old Jada. And I guess we can just delve right on into the Jada thing too, huh? Um, so a lot of us had opinions and feelings about Will Smith going up on stage and slapping Chris. I was gonna say Tucker, but it was not Tucker, it was Rock. Chris Rock, worldwide for everybody to see. And we had opinions about it. A lot of people thought that Jada was, I mean, not Jada, but that Will was out of order and that Will was caught up under Jada's spell or whatever the situation was. However, fast forward to what was this? Jada came out with this book a couple of months ago.
And I
Yeah,
don't think it did. Did it say it was a New York Times bestseller?
it
Cause
was a bestseller.
it was.
Was.
I thought he didn't do so hot.
I don't know if it did so hot or not. Look that up and double check that, because maybe not. I'm not sure. But we find that Jada, we found out a little bit more how much more weirder her relationship was with Tupac. Um, we found out that she and Will have been living separate lives, so she didn't even understand why he went on the stage and did. Why are we? Here's the thing: it's one thing to talk about your life.
It debuted as number 3 on the New York Times bestsellers list.
So it debuted as number three.
Mhm.
People actually went to the book signing. I know a couple people that attended the book signing here in Memphis. A lot of people wanted to go to the book signing. A lot of people got the book.
I wasn't gonna do it.
I was not either. I've always loved how unconventional their situation was. But when she started doing Red Table Talk, there was some unraveling at the seams. And of course, we all know about the infamous booty call situation she had with August Alsina. And he came out and said they were together. And then they had to like say, hey, yo, look, this is our life and this is how it is or whatever. It I know everybody's not perfect. I don't care to know what happens behind closed doors in everybody's personal life. I really don't care to do that. Although I enjoy reality TV. It's just embarrassing, I thought. Um this man genuinely loves you and will do
Mhm.
anything for you.
Yeah.
And your whole thought process is to throw you under the bus every time you turn around. You constantly embarrassing this man in the world, Craig. You are. So now that she's let the cat out the bag, and Jada did, they did say that they got together, but think, and here's the thing, and here's where listening for um listening for details and context comes into play. At the Red Table Talk, she talked about how she wasn't going to divorce Will. And I think maybe that's what August wanted, and maybe that's what she wasn't willing to do because she was going to stay married to Will, no matter how many boyfriends and whoever she had, or if he had girlfriends, whatever. They had made a decision that they were never going to get a divorce. So it's a really weird situation. We all side-eyed it, and we talked about the embarrassment. I mean, everybody talked to from uh Club Shay Shay to everybody talked about that situation. So that was a big situation this year. Will has since been banned from the Oscars for 10 years. So no matter what he does,
He can still win an Oscar, but he just can't.
He just can't attend. So
he can't attend.
He cannot attend for 10 years. So that's the thing. If y'all have not caught, Dave Chappelle just actually came out with a new comedy special called The Dreamer. It's amazing. It's the anniversary of his first major live taping show. If y'all remember killing them softly. If y'all ever seen that one, I think that wasn't his first special, but that was the first big one that was like an hour long, really, really good. I love Dave Chappelle as a comedian. And I follow his career, and he's amazing, right? And so if y'all haven't caught that on Netflix, check out The Dreamer. It's really, 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 really good. But it's a joke in there where he talked about how he was making jokes about Chris Rock because he said he didn't take sides in the situation, and he didn't. He's been on tour with Chris Rock over the last year. They've been on tour together. Chris Rock's been doing stuff with Kevin Hart. Like they've been all coming together and going on tour and that sort of thing. And he said he was making a joke about Chris Rock until the same situation happened to him, but this time it was a homeless man who jumped on him on stage. If y'all remember earlier this year, that happened to Dave Chappelle. And he talked about he didn't understand
I'm sorry.
what to do in that situation until it happened to him, and he still didn't know what to do because he said he froze up. And of course, them folk went backstage and whooped that man's tail. Jamie Foxx came out of the crowd. Jon Stewart came from the back. Like everybody was coming, and they all jumped through. That did come and attack Dave Chappelle, but he never, and he talks about that he didn't choose sides in the situation. A lot of people chose sides. Because I can identify with both. I can identify with I'm just up here doing my job, which you weren't doing your job because you were not the host of the show. Mm-hmm. You're presenting an award, but you're a comedian, so people expect you to say something crazy and funny or whatever. So you work in the room, and you just so happen to get here, and so on and so forth, and then consequences and repercussions, right? So furniture moving up in there. So at any rate, we gotta be. It's all unfortunate that everything that happened. Chris Rock made a ton of money off of it, though. I'm gonna say that because I don't think people probably would have still gone to go see Chris Rock, but I think your ticket sales catapulted after you got slapped by Will Smith at the Oscars. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna stand on what I say. Okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So that happened. That happened. All over the world, Craig, in Alabama this year, we witnessed the second coming of a revolt in the Montgomery River Brawl. If y'all aren't familiar with the story,
the bat signal was thrown.
The bat signal was thrown. We talked about it on this platform. Okay, so let me break it down. So there's a ferry or a boat that runs in that area, and the boat was trying to dock, and some white people had their little boat, and they wouldn't move the boat.
Right.
The assistant captain kept asking them, move the boat, move the boat, move the boat. They didn't move the boat. Then all of a sudden he keep asking them to move the boat. Cinco de Negro, absolutely, Lindsay. Cinco de Negro. That's what we need to call it. We need to celebrate. Let me. I got to go back and see the exact date. That's gonna
Before
be.
you say anything else, the banner, please.
Let me get the banner. Hold on. Although this was all on video, so we.
I know, but still, okay.
So,
because I ain't got no money.
We don't. We just a small little podcast here trying to do what we do. For the people. So, the white people came and they started jumping on the black guy. Mm-hmm. He threw the basting up in there. He threw his head up in the air, and people came running. I'm talking about from the docks, from the boat. Somebody swam. Was covered for.
It was a 16-year-old boy. The 16-year-old boy that was working on the boat, he jumped out of the boat and swam.
And swam for his life all the way. Oh, it was amazing. There were chairs thrown. White people were falling in the water. It was just amazing. It was just amazing. We quite enjoyed that. And I'm talking about, I was taking my mom to the airport because I was like, Mom, did you see the fight? She said, what fight? So I'm explaining to her. And so I pulled it up on my phone when I'm dropping her off at the airport. Leave that black man up. She yelling like they can hear her. You know how we be yelling? Stop. Go. No, don't do that. Oh, them folks turn it. Oh, they done jumped up. It was amazing. It was amazing. So they did bring charges against some of the black people. Like, of course, the man that hit the people with the chair. They were like, sir, it's one thing to box with your hands, but you hit folk with chairs.
But let me tell you how funny it was that a lot of people was profiting off that chair. You had chair earrings. Oh, yeah. You had chair cell phone holders.
Absolutely.
You had people saying, okay, come and bring my chair. Who gonna, they were like, that's their weapon of choice.
We was bringing chairs everywhere. Them white chairs were on point. People made money off of that. I've seen a couple of the chair earrings in person. I was surprised too, Lindsay, and I don't think that the black people would have shot, maybe not at the white folk, but I do feel like the white folk might have popped off. They didn't get the opportunity to, though. They couldn't get to the boat to jump and do all the things. And we did just find out recently that the assistant captain, actually charges were brought against him. Now, the Montgomery Police Department said that they did not bring the charges, that anybody can bring charges against you. So they're claiming that the white people that jumped on the black man, which we have it on tape, so like he was defending himself. So I don't think those charges are going to stick. And even the guy that hit the people with the chair. Now, of course, like I said, it was a little excessive, but bail that man out of jail. Let's put some money on the books. We was like,
no, I'm sorry. That man with the chair, he was thinking about his ancestors. This is from
the cotton picking that I did for all the years that I did it. He was ready. Do you hear me? And I do mean ready, Freddy. So I just, I tell people all the time, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes, and y'all got stupid prizes.
It was the entitlement of it all, though.
It really was. Like, how can you feel so entitled
that you did not have to move your boat?
You are impeding traffic, and I'm doing my job and asking you to move your little bitty tugboat out my way so we can pull in this big boat. You holding up the progress in the process. So everybody that came together, if I ever seen black people come together, I was very happy to see the
that and the cookout. That and the cookout.
Which the cookout was last year though, right? That was
year before last.
Yeah. So that's where I was with it. I was super excited about that whole ordeal.
Yeah, Xavier makes me mad. I'm glad he didn't win the BB reindeer games.
Who?
Xavier.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So next on the list, Lord. Hold on. Let me see if I can see
And while she's getting what's next on the list, I got a list. The
what.
cities with the most Black business owners. One is Columbus, Georgia.
Okay.
Two is Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay.
Three is Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
Four, Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay, Memphis.
Five, Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Six is Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay.
Seven is Durham, North Carolina.
Okay.
Eight is Jackson, Mississippi.
Hmm.
Nine is Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
10 is Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay. Cool. 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 Dope stuff. Y'all keep doing it. Keep creating businesses. Small businesses are is really the backbone of the country. And right now, as
It's going.
AI continues to start to take over, some of these jobs that we see are going to be a little bit more obsolete in the near future here. So hopefully and prayerfully you find what works for you and get in where you can fit in. Carly Russell. Y'all, let's just so Carly Russell, if y'all remember the story, the young lady going down the interstate, and she said she saw a child um on the interstate, walking on the interstate, and she stopped. And then all of a sudden she disappeared. Nobody knew where she was. People were looking for her, the whole nine, the whole shebang. Even her boyfriend at the time looking for her, trying to figure out where she was. They didn't know. Come to find out, Carly just needed to get away, baby. She just disappeared for a couple of days and reappeared. Nobody kidnapped her because she was keeping with the kidnapping. She was gonna go with the kidnapping story, and then her story just wasn't adding up. The math wasn't mathing. And then did they have video footage of her like in Target buying the items she said the people was feeding her?
I think so.
Typically when you're kidnapped, I don't think they feed you. If they do, it's not gonna be premium snacks like that. I don't know. I've never been kidnapped, so I don't know. But I just feel like Carly says, why? Come to find out, her and her boyfriend had a fight or whatever, and the boyfriend made her mad.
I
Blah
thought
blah
the
blah.
boyfriend dumped her.
He might have dumped her. I'm not sure. Whatever happened, she was mad over dude. She disappeared, and she thought, well, if I'm gone, ain't nobody gonna miss me. But everybody was looking for you, girl, and you wasted resources and that sort of thing. What kind of time did she get? I can't remember. Can somebody remind me of the time girlfriend got?
I'm
They
thinking
got,
she got like a year.
and then she got to pay them folk back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um. Yeah, she got pay for the resources that they utilize. Speaking of somebody who has to pay folk back, did y'all know Justice Smollett went back to court? Um, oh,
Mm.
I didn't notice that. Okay. Um, Justice Smollett went back to court to appeal the decision that they originally made, and he lost again in court. At this point, just said pay them folk their money. You didn't get jail time. Just pay them folk their money for utilizing their resources, and go on and live your life. Please, just do that. I just wanted to run that by y'all real quick. So, Taylor Swift is probably gonna have a bomb album in the next maybe year or so because I don't see this lasting very very long. Apparently, Taylor Swift is dating. Um, would have been good. Would have been out on good behavior by now. Quit playing. I don't think but they didn't give him jail time. They didn't give him jail time. They just want him to pay for, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't get jail time, which was good for him, but he had to pay the people back for whatever it was that they spent in resources investigating said alleged crime. I think, if I'm not mistaken. But he would have been out on good behavior by now, or maybe not. Did he get 5 months? Oh, okay. I didn't know he got 5 months. Which he really, let me say this. Typically celebrities, which celebrity, I'm throwing the term around loosely at this point. Typically celebrities don't, it's time like that. They probably gonna do time served or whatever. I don't think they're gonna make that man actually go to jail. Maybe they will, I'm not sure. Um, but um, yeah, my thing is leave well enough alone. That's all
Yeah.
I got to say.
Mm-hmm.
It happened, it took place, you did it, they got the evidence, the folk that was in on it with you turned on you because maybe the check bounced that you wrote them, I'm not sure. Whatever the situation is, first of all, if you're gonna do something like that, get somebody who ain't gonna snitch on you. The Africans cannot be trusted, apparently. So that's the thing. Like, these are things that we have to think about ahead of time. And as a result of that, we didn't really get a good ending to your story. You weren't really on the last episodes of Empire. Like, it just went awry. And I don't like it. So it is what it is. It was what it was. Okay. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. Here's the thing. Travis is a totally different person because just about a year or so ago, Travis was like black. And now all of a sudden he's super white. Travis Kelce is on the Kansas City Chiefs. His brother also plays football on, I want to say, for the Eagles. His brother has always been white, but Travis has been real colored, in my opinion. However, you got, from the old girlfriend, Travis had a black girlfriend that he dated on and off again for 5 years. And a lot of people were doing comparisons between the two young ladies. Well, Taylor Swift got more money, and Taylor Swift is this, and Taylor Swift is that. And Taylor Swift probably gonna dump him in a year, and if that, and it's gonna be a bomb album. So, because Taylor Swift can't hold no relationship, and I feel like Taylor Swift is the common denominator in her relationship demise. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think she is? All
Man,
them dudes you done been with, and all them dudes it don't never work out with. I think it's you. You done dated low key.
she got a song. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
And I wholeheartedly believe, because ain't that many people dumping you, girl. Ain't that many people dumping you.
It's just like with Halle Berry. You remember when she was having all these relationships and people was talking about how fine she was. I'm like, yeah, she may be fine, but they dumping her for a reason.
But Holly had as many relationships as
I know, but I'm just saying.
Holly was with Wesley Snipes at one point, and it's rumored and believed that that's why she's deaf in one of her ears.
No. That wasn't Wesley Snipes. That was her husband.
No, it wasn't David. David Justice didn't hit her. Listen to what I'm saying to you.
You sure about that?
It was a relationship before. And she said it when she was married to David Justice. It was a relationship prior to right? Hello from the other side. You hear me? So it was a relationship, and she would never disclose who it was, and she did say it was another actor that was well known. A lot of people remembered that she did at one point date Wesley Snipes. So it was rumored and believed that all this commentary is alleged. Don't come for me, Wesley. I know you had tax problems in the past.
It's
alleged. You might have some bills to pay. I don't want none of this smoke. So it's alleged. That's why I said it was a rumor. She never came out and cleared that up. So Wesley Snipes, David Justice, went from David Justice to after she divorced him, got with Eric Benet. Now, Eric, let me say this. Eric had a problem. Eric liked sex. He had a sex addiction. Okay. I don't think that was her fault. I don't know why her and David split up, but I do not believe that was. I don't think that was her fault. I think that was him and his penis that was at fault for that. And so that happened. Got divorced. Then she got with the two models. I think both of them are models. In which she had her children by. Nala is
Mm-hmm.
one guy, and the other her son is from another guy.
Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see who all she's been with.
We are never ever ever getting back together. Part 25.
Uh-huh. Okay, so Hallie is, I think she's currently with Van Hunt.
I love him. He is an awesome artist, by the way. I just want to let y'all know that.
She's been with Alex the Kid.
Who is that?
I don't know. Olivier Martinez. I think that's what
That's
she got.
one of the models.
Uh-huh. That's one of her baby daddies.
Right. That's
Gabriel Arbery. That's the other baby daddy.
Okay.
Didn't she marry one of them?
One of them she married.
Okay.
You had to pay. I think it's the.
Oh, she dated Terrence Howard.
That had to have been brief.
Michael Ealy.
She dated Michael MF and Ealy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Eric Benet.
Eric Benet.
Shamar Moore. You okay? David Justice.
I think they're coming up with somebody.
Eddie Murphy.
She dated Eddie?
Mm-hmm. Wesley Snipes. Spike Lee.
She ain't dating no damn Spike Lee.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know about all that. Some of them
she dated him during the 91 film of Jungle Fever.
How long Spike Lee been married?
He's been married for a while.
That's what I'm saying. I don't believe it. That's what I'm saying. Some of these folk, I think they just throwing in there.
Dude from New Kids on the Block, Danny Wood.
Danny who?
She dated Kev. She rumored to had a relationship with Kevin Costner.
I think they just coming up with stuff at this point.
Okay. And they said she was briefly linked to Heavy D.
Okay, y'all just putting folk on Halle down. I don't think
so if this is all allegedly true, she's kind of like Taylor Swift.
Kind of, sort of. But I don't believe she dated all them people. I really don't believe she dated all them people. Some of those relationships are publicity stunts. You see what I'm saying? Taylor done dated quite a few dudes, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor done dated.
And then when they break up, she writes a song about him.
Writes a whole song about him. I'm talking about from John Mayer to
the dude. Then she dated the dude that was low-key.
She dated low-key. She dated Taylor, the guy who played the werewolf. Yeah. She done dated quite a few. The DJ dude. She done dated a whole bunch of folks. Listen, and y'all gonna be the subject of her next album. So Travis, be ready, boo. Be ready. You might want to go back to black. Okay. But everybody is making a big deal about this. I really, yeah. Beyonce has had a wonderful year this year. I bet her parents are tired of mean people. I hope she ain't introduced all them Negroes to them her parents. Oh Lord, what?
There's a rumor stating that he may ask her to marry him, and I will be very surprised if he does and she accepts.
That's still just cause in the terms of just cause I don't believe that's gonna work out. It don't even matter if that happens. I bet her parents are tired of mean people. If she introducing everybody, I would not be introducing everybody to my mama and daddy. Okay, Beyonce had a very, very good year. She announces this world tour. The girls were traveling over the seas to go see Beyonce because they said it was cheaper to do than it was to buy an American ticket and go. Everybody that I know had a great time at the concert. I know, Wendy, you're not the biggest fan of Beyonce. But it's amazing that she had a very high grossing tour as a Black woman. And she turned it into a film, which I have yet to see. I was not spending thousands of dollars to see Beyonce over here stateside. I couldn't go over the seas because I didn't think the passport would have been back in time to do that.
You ain't gonna spend thousands of dollars to see the Queen.
Hey, bro, I'm recording. What are you doing?
That's Beyonce, girl.
Get out.
Touch him, Lord, touch him.
I wonder if Taylor would curse the Chiefs like Sierra has done. I don't think Sierra. Well, let me say this: they traded Russell to the Broncos. Broncos ain't had no good season, but there's an issue between the coach and Russell Wilson, FYI.
And so didn't they bench him? They illegally benched him. They saying for health reason. But yeah, they saying
wrong with that
man. Right. And so with that being said, no. With that being said, Russell can sue because it was done illegally.
Let's see, I'm gonna make it into a movie from Baychella. Well, in Baychella, in every time she has a concert, because when she did On the Run, it was on HBO. And my sister went to go see On the Run, and I said, I am so very glad, because she was trying to get me to go with her. And I was so very, very glad that I was like, no, sis, I won't be going to see Beyonce On the Run, because On the Run was on HBO. Additionally, Baychella happened, correct. And I was really upset because I knew a couple of people that actually went to go see Beyonce at Coachella, but that's an experience. I like going to concerts and I like having a concert experience. It's something about that live music and that feel that you get from being there. But if I had spent gazillions of dollars to do so, I probably would be upset if it was turned into a movie as well. So I enjoyed it. I actually watched it live though, because they live stream Coachella on YouTube. So I actually watched it live both nights, and then the Netflix special came, and so I was there in spirit and in truth. But yeah, I want to shout her out, because that although Beyonce is Beyonce, she's still competing with a Taylor Swift, right? She's still competing with an Adele. She's still competing with other artists that their tickets are like Beyonce tickets. We complained about them. Taylor Swift tickets are much more expensive than Beyonce's. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there right now. So we'll see how that goes, because I think Taylor's still touring as well. But shout out to Beyonce, because in my opinion, you did your thing with the concert this year. Her work ethic is really unmatched too. That's the other thing. A lot of people don't seem to get or realize the work that she put into what she does. I respect her as an artist just because of the creativity and everything that goes into it. The costume changes, the set designs, and all of that. Beyonce comes up with those concepts. She draws it out. She's an artist. A lot of people don't know she can draw and paint, and she sets up all of her stuff. It's taking her a while to get to that point, and to be able to call those type of shots in your career is amazing. So shout out to Beyonce. We're gonna pivot to The Color Purple, and we're gonna pivot to that because I got the opportunity to see it with one of my homegirls on Christmas Day. But right now they're doing the press run for it, and in the press run, there came the subject of Black actresses and how much they are paid for their worth and the work that they did. And Taraji was doing an interview. I want to say it was on one of the Sirius XM stations, and she started crying because she was like, a lot of people say, well, why you work so much? Why are you always working? Why are you always doing this? Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I gotta work twice as much as a white actress may have to in order to get to where they are, because I'm getting this amount for movies. She won a Golden Globe for her role in the Benjamin Button movie. She also was in the movie that was shot here that also got nominated for
Hustle and Flow.
Hustle and Flow.
But look, the Benjamin Button movie, Brad Pitt got $10 million and she only got $150,000.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. And so to be in 2 films, and I didn't even think twice as hard for half as much, or much less. Now, a lot of people, let me say this, because a lot of people, Monique said the same thing. The difference in Monique's situation and Taraji's situation is, here is the thing. Monique, you were doing a deal with Netflix. The same thing happened to Wanda Sykes, and you know the same thing happened to Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes said, hey, Netflix, hold my beer real quick. I might be back to you. I might not. Wanda went to another network and negotiated a better deal for herself, made more money, and then Netflix, Wanda, we need you. Wanda is on a show that's on Netflix right now, and Wanda has her own comedy special now on Netflix, and they paid her what she asked for. I'm not saying that was right what Netflix did to Monique. But what I am saying is Monique is in a better position as a comedian to leverage deals. Whereas Taraji, if you're just acting and you're playing the game, it's not. Taraji is somewhat typecast, though. She's slick play cooking. But Taraji,
Taraji is a better actress than what they typecast her for.
Yeah, I have seen her do better than that. You know, and they're not, and I don't think they're gonna typecast her as Cookie. Her the role she was playing was Cookie, though, because Cookie was irresponsible with her kids. That's the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so the role on Abbott Elementary, she had to bring a little bit of Cookie into it, because she was a trifling mama, you know, and not saying that Cookie was completely trifling, but Cookie was irresponsible because she took a charge for her husband, you know, and she knew what her husband was doing with the dope game and all the other crap. So, I don't think they're typecasting her at all. And she did a wonderful job as Shug Avery, by the way. I just know y'all make sure, like, check it out, go see it. All the actors and actresses did it. Now, let me say this. It is a musical, okay? If you're not a fan of musicals, I say it's not that much. It's not that musical. I've seen musicals, right? So we watched Hamilton. Everybody watched Hamilton. Everybody was jamming to Hamilton because it was like rap and hip hop and all that stuff. Maybe 50 actually reached out to Taraji, and we're gonna talk about it in a few minutes. Everybody loved Hamilton. Everybody was like, Hamilton dope, Hamilton hot, blah, blah, blah. They don't have that much singing. But here's the thing. The artists that are in it that are singing can sing, okay? Like, you got Fantasia.
It's based off the Broadway
play. So you got Fantasia, who is like singing down in everything. She just singing. Taraji's doing a good job singing. Danielle, let me tell y'all something. That girl right there, aka Tasty.
Hold on, but did you see her wedding dress when she got married?
Though? Oh, baby.
I was baby. Like flawless,
baby.
Plusical. I love it, Plusical.
But a lot of people have been mad because they thought it was a remake of the original, and technically,
I wouldn't want to see it if it was a remake of the original, because you really can't beat the original. I believe that this one is an adaptation, you know, from
it's an adaptation
from the musical.
It is.
So you're not going to get what you got from the original movie.
They had elements from the original because it's based on the book, so it has to have elements from the original, right? But in it having the elements from the original film, you had a story that I didn't get. You know, you got it, but it seemed rushed. If it makes sense towards the end, it's a book. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Y'all was mad because they had a whole little kissing scene. I was like, they kissed.
But in the book, they did that. They did more in the book.
They did do more in the book.
if y'all haven't read the book, then y'all need to be quiet about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, because sometimes the book gives you so much more details than what the movie can.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was really a good film. I liked the ending. I liked the end result, and I liked that they came to a better resolve. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. Awesome, supported. That black cast is amazing and awesome. But Taraji did talk about not getting paid her worth. A lot of people thought that she was throwing shade at Oprah. Oprah's not the only person that's responsible for The Color Purple. There are other producers and directors and people that are involved in it. So let me put that out there right now. Most haven't read the book, absolutely, and it absolutely positively shows.
Because I tell you, before 50 Shades came out, I read all them books.
I did too, good.
And I was slick mad at the movie.
Y'all could have had an X-17, whatever that one is over R, and did the thing with them. You know what I'm saying?
And I was mad because because I read that book.
Yeah. So still need a new concept and not bite off of past successes. So Angel Reese is an awesome basketball player. And last year LSU won the women's basketball championship. And a lot of people were upset with Angel Reese because she was doing her little trash talking and stuff on the floor.
But the palm color people be doing the exact same thing and nobody say anything about.
Period. I really loved how Angel and the Flau'jae, those young ladies have taken that opportunity and they have created income for themselves through NIL deals. Now there's been a little bit of controversy. Seems like the team is kind of falling apart a little bit this year between the coach and Angel and some of the other players. And it's been a whole thing. If a white person do it, what? If a white person do it, black folks can't for some reason. Is that what you said?
Yes.
All right. So Jill Biden and her consolation invitation. Yeah, we about to talk about that because I didn't like that. So the LSU won. Jill decided because people felt so bad because Flau'jae was doing her trash talking on the floor. They felt so very, very bad. And so as a result of that, Jill Biden said, let's invite everybody. Let's invite both teams to the White House. And we was like, huh? That ain't how they go. You invite the champions to the White House. Second place don't never make it to go to the White House to come and visit. For any reason necessary, you participated in the game and you lost. And so again, as the second place or the runner-up, you don't get to come to the White House. So yeah, we kind of clowned Jill for that. I didn't think that was cool. And so then the team decided that they weren't gonna go because why? Why are we going? We the winners, and y'all treating us like we second class.
It's like the participation trophies. When you give them, and see, and I think that's when the downfall when our kids, when we, that part right there.
Participation trophy.
A participation trophy.
Let me tell you something. My child plays sports. Right. I will never be that parent to be like, hey, give him a medal for participation. Why are you doing that? Your season sucked. You don't get to be celebrated. Right. You get to go back to the drawing board and work harder so that you can win.
You ain't number one, you number two. So if you ain't number one, you can't go to the White House.
You can't go to the White House. And so,
my question is this: would they extend it to LSU if they got number two? No.
Absolutely not. Okay. So yeah, so there's that. I'm tired of him. I really
That's your child.
That's my child.
Is he like you?
You do agree with me, huh?
Is he like you?
Who?
Your oldest. Is he just like you?
What do you mean? As far as what?
As how? Because Josh was just like me.
Oh, you talking about with the quick humor and stupid stuff? Yeah, he is, unfortunately.
That's why he gets on your nerve, because you know.
Okay, so abortion was a big thing that we talked about this year as well. It was something. Hey man, get off my post. I'm not putting it on the thing. Get off my post. So abortion was something that, you know, kind of took us back to the Roe versus Wade case. If you guys remember, we had rights to get abortions. States were kind of policing when we could have the abortion, that sort of thing. And not just abortions for just oops, I had a oopsie. No, even for women who have medical conditions who could die in childbirth, or kids could die in childbirth, or so it's the Bible Belt states, or the states that are saying it's illegal to have abortions. The Supreme Court did pass that law this year saying, hey, it don't matter what you got going on. Abortion is abortion. If you got raped, no matter whatever the situation is, you gotta have this baby, period.
And then what's sickening, some of these folks want these women to carry dead fetuses in their body,
which that could cause serious health issues,
right,
infections, that sort of thing. It's crazy that people don't really understand the ramifications of carrying that.
And it's not people, it's men. It's men,
because men are running the country, and it's crazy and it's disgusting.
But you know what that's all about, though. You know what it's all about. It's not enough of the palm colored people being born, so they got to stop it. Because
and too, they have the act. Yeah, they don't mean much. Yeah. So yeah, you have that. You also have you have a lot of them are going to get those things done. So I think that has taken us back, and I just continue to think about what's the show that we've been watching, Handmaid's Tale. Those are Handmaid's Tale type things that you do, and I can't get behind it. I don't like it. It makes no sense to me. So yeah, so that did happen. Meanwhile, Ron DeSantis is doing the most in Florida, where he's passing laws saying that we cannot study Black history in schools. He's taking it away, and also was trying to diminish our Black fraternities and sororities at the HBCUs that are in Florida. It's really sad.
And it really, his little plan really backfired on him. Because with this immigration, especially with the immigration
law, yes, I remember that.
Yeah, he passed and had it passed. A lot of undocumented people said, you know what? Let's see you do it yourself, then.
Do it yourself. Y'all ain't gonna be able to. You want to watch your bad kids? Hey, take care of it yourself. Y'all need these fields tended to. Y'all need these oranges picked and whatever else down here that y'all got going on. Do it yourself.
Yeah. And the hilarious thing on TikTok where they was comparing the undocumented people working versus the regular palm color people working.
Right.
And it was crazy, especially picking grapes.
Yeah.
You saw the undocumented people, bloom, 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 bloom. They had a system. Doom, 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 doom.
A whole system.
The other people, flip.
Right. Right. It just, I don't understand. And that man is running for president, right?
Well, here's my question. Now that you think I'm talking about presidents, in the running for president, there are several states in the United States that have banned 45 from being on the ticket.
Yes.
If you're banned from being on the ticket,
cannot be on the ticket.
How can you win? How can you win?
Oh, he ain't. And that's the
and
whole.
They talking about it's gonna be a civil war if he can't get on the ticket.
So let me say this: if it's gonna be a civil war, if you can't get on the ticket, they need to go and lock you up right now, because if that's what you are proclaiming, that means you had something to do with the rally and with the thuggery at the Capitol on January the 6th. So that means.
And then not only that, he is putting the lives of judges. He is putting the lives of judges in danger. Because he's tweeting about the judges and his followers are sending death threats.
Did he tweet about Clarence Thomas?
No, not that judge. I'm talking about the ones that, trying to ban them, and stuff like that.
But brother, you need to be, and that's what I'm talking about. Lock that man. This is your proof, and he's still doing stuff. You on trial right now for doing the very thing that you're doing right now. You don't need to be on nobody's belly, my guy. No. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him up. Yeah. They did recently ban old Trumpy from being on the ballot. Hopefully and prayerfully, Ron DeSantis is out. I'm not. Yeah, ain't nobody riding over his rent. Because here's the thing: now that y'all know that what happened at January 6th. Yeah, they catching you left and right. They locking you up regardless, and you getting time for that. It ain't no slap on the wrist for none of that. So
and you had one woman got killed because of it.
So here's the thing: you ride because they done arrested Trump if you want to. You start a civil war if you want to. They coming for you. They gonna find you and they gonna get you. They're gonna be like Liam Neeson in Taken. They got a particular set of skills and they're gonna utilize some skills to get your butt. That's it. That's all. Let's see. I think I'm gonna say that for TV. Usher Baby caused a little bit of controversy this year with his residency in Las Vegas that I did not get to attend because I really, really wanted to go. But Usher normally calls people up on stage, or he goes to where they are. If it's a celebrity, shout them out. They might sing a little bit on the mic or whatever, dance with them, do his little thing. It's all for entertainment purposes. Well, somebody's baby daddy, who we know now is a real problem, had a problem with Usher recognizing his gal. And that was Keke Palmer's ex-boyfriend / baby daddy. And now we know that he is a problematic creature because we found that he has been abusing Keke Palmer throughout their relationship. And Keke filed a restraining order against him because he was being rough with the baby, because he's being mad. He was mad with her. She was like, no, not my kid. We ain't doing that. And so now they're going through their thing. We found out that not only has he been abusive, but his big brother's been abusive towards his baby mama. The mama has been abused by her husband. It's just been a whole thing. It's been a ripple effect. It's a generational curse that they need to break. But of course, there's been a lot of victim blaming in this situation. There's been a lot of gaslighting in this situation from the other side. It's just been a mess. And I don't like it. Every time somebody is being having, in a domestic violence situation, or they're being raped, there have been situations where even in the Me Too movement, where people are still doubting things are happening, although you got proof. This girl got cameras all through her house and she's recorded the abuse. Like, come on, man, stop. So I'm hoping and praying that she can get to a better place and she can get to a place of resolve. She's still having to work through all of this and going through the things that she's going through. She had to host the Soul Train Music Awards not too long after that happened. She's been working, and probably trying to continue to provide for her kid, and also to continue to keep her head up in spite of. But it's a whole thing, and so y'all, whew, I hate it. But it wasn't Usher's fault. Let me just say that Usher was doing his job. He does it with everybody. That's all I'm saying. But Usher is the Super Bowl entertainment for the year, so I can't wait to see his show. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. I'm sure it's gonna be on point. But Usher will be performing at the Super Bowl this year, and then of course he's gonna announce his tour. So I'm super excited for him. I can't wait to see it. Now, Rihanna was the Super Bowl entertainment this year, and we found out she's pregnant again. And we just found out she's pregnant again. Somebody said with twins. Rihanna, baby, you pushing out them babies like you was pushing out them albums. It's this, oh Lord. But she is now pregnant again, but it was revealed at the Super Bowl last year that she was pregnant with child at that point in time. Congratulations to her. I hope her baby dad ain't on his way to jail because there's been some charges brought against him recently. So that's that. Okay, let's get into our TV movie things. We're starting with The Little Mermaid and Halle Bailey. Now there is a curious case of if Halle,
no, not is she now? Did she?
Right, if she had a baby, because now people are saying she's had a baby. People are still saying she's pregnant. It's just been so much.
Let me tell you, I don't know if you've seen the video, but it was a video of
a baby crying in the background.
He said, "Cut
the video."
Yeah.
I really just think that if she had the baby, she had it. But she grown. She an adult.
Right.
It shouldn't be a problem.
She just probably they probably wanted to keep it private.
Because that's her business. You know what I'm saying? We talk about celebrities and we talk about the TV shows and movies and that sort of thing here on the podcast. But they have a right because they are people too. They're human as well. They have things. A lot of celebrities don't want their kids in the spotlight, so on and so forth. They have a right to feel their way, and they have a right to protect their part of their lives if they want to.
Right.
It's not a requirement for us to know if they done had a child or if they were pregnant or whatever that situation looks like. So
now, in my opinion, I think she had.
And that's fine.
But it's fine. But you know what? If she has, that's great. And if she hasn't, that's great.
Right.
But that's good. And if she has, that Birkin bag was a great push present.
The Birkin bag was nice. It was nice. So yeah, I just think because we are in these folks' business like it ain't no tomorrow. We like just in a business for real. And if they want to protect it, they should be able to protect it. Right. The Little Mermaid was an awesome movie. I enjoyed it to its fullest. She did an excellent job. She also did an excellent job as Nettie in The Color Purple this year. I hope we can see more from Halle. She's an awesome actress and an awesome performer. She has a beautiful voice. So does her sister. And I hope to see more from the girls. I do. Love is Blind this year was a little crazy roller coaster. But nothing was crazier than the season finale when we were trying to see the reunion show, and it was supposed to be live streaming. And lo and behold, live stream aside, Lord Jesus, Lord, we couldn't get nothing. Certain people were able to
even that past season, because that was season 4. They were supposed to go live. This past season was crazy in itself.
Right. I'm talking about this past. I'm talking about this past season.
This past season was not a live reunion.
Oh, my bad. You're right. It was earlier this year. Okay, my bad. So earlier this year, that live stream went down. We couldn't find it. We couldn't see it. Like, where is it? Why can't we see that sort of thing? It was a frenzy, if you will. A big frenzy, if you will. So they fixed it. We were able to see it after the fact, but it wasn't live streaming. They probably didn't go with the live stream this season because technical difficulties and whatever. Love is Blind, I think, has been renewed through.
I think it's supposed to come back. It's supposed to come back. I want to say in February. It's supposed to come back.
They've been renewed through like 2 or 3 more seasons.
But it's crazy. It is crazy what this past season just been crazy. You only came out of one marriage, but you got all this drama. Lydia and Melton was the only one that got married.
I thought it was 2 people got married. It was just Lydia and Melton?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lydia and Melton.
I don't know why I thought somebody else got married, because they stayed together. If they didn't get married.
What you're thinking about is the one with, okay, hold on. No, that was the previous one. Okay, no.
Hold on.
Lydia Melton is the only one that got married, because it was the bald-headed dude and the blonde girl. They didn't get married. And it was somebody else that did not get married. They had broke up. We had the insurrection dude. And we call him the insurrection dude because he always had the American flag. He was all about the American flag and stuff like that. And people was like, where were you January 6th? So they called him the insurrection dude.
Okay. Lydia Milton, hold on. Okay. Okay, that's right. Because Izzy and Lil Mama ended up not making it.
Mm-hmm.
And then JP, that was a disaster.
Mm-hmm. And then you had Aaliyah and that dude that it wasn't gonna make it because he was a colorist.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Gotcha. All right. So yeah, one marriage. My bad. I stand corrected. So that was crazy. It was a crazy season. I literally hated how that ended for them. Erica Mena, if y'all don't watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I'm sure you saw the clips from when she was calling
Spice
Blue Monkey. She was making the monkey noises and that sort of thing. And of course, that's not the first time Erica's been caught up in controversy with talking about Black people. As Erica Mena is Latina, she identifies as Afro-Latina. So does Evelyn Lozada, and so does Amara La Negra. Amara, in my opinion, can identify as Afro-Latino, but there's a colorism thing even in the Latino community. A lot of people don't seem to realize or understand. So it's hard for me to believe that you didn't understand what you were doing when in your own community there's a colorist issue. And she was like, I got sisters that are darker than Spice and da-da-da. And that's fine. But absolutely. I completely agree with you, Lindsay. They only identify when it's convenient for them to identify with that, with being Black. Erica was hurt, but I didn't feel sorry for Erica. I just didn't, because so many situations and so many issues you've done it. Now let me say this: Spice is no angel. Spice has this past season. Spice has had a very tumultuous season coming off of her. I don't know if she had. I know she had to have emergency surgery, probably from the
women. Leave your bodies alone. That's all I gotta say. I'm sorry, because her surgery was really. She just wanted to.
I don't think that Spice's surgery was necessary, because Spice was already a thick girl to begin with, in my opinion, and she had what she needed. Now, let me say this: I'm not gonna lie. Somebody give me some money to get a tummy tuck, I'm doing it. I don't care what nobody say. I don't want my fat stomach, and I don't want my bad wings. If you could suck the fat out of them 2 places, my stomach and my arms, I'd be forever grateful. I'm not, but I don't want to inject additional stuff to add to. I want the fat out. That's what I want. And so it's that situation and those things that are bothersome to me. And for that reason, I couldn't say, "Hey, Erica, I understand where you come from," because I didn't. And the other thing is, a lot of people, when she talked about her kid, she said the kid didn't like Erica, and I believe her because Erica didn't really raise the kid. The kid is being raised by her mom. So the kid's been with her mom we've seen the kid with her mama. Okay, so it's a different thing. He don't want to be on TV. Your mama on TV acting a fool, focus school. Hey, I saw your mama on TV last night acting a complete idiot. I would be embarrassed too. Real talk, I would be. And so with that being said, there are some issues that she needs to deal with her child, and she needs to take care of home. But does she need to be on Love and Hip Hop? Now, let me tell you, Love and Hip Hop and MTV, what y'all were extremely wrong for is having a woman tape a whole another season of the show, knowing that there was going to be backlash from this situation. Y'all could have let her go because y'all knew what she said and what she did was completely and totally wrong. You know that was wrong, right? So you should not have allowed her to tape a whole nother season. You shouldn't have. She got Tubi movies. She doing that. She been doing that.
Yeah, one of her Tubi movies, she got let go of the what? It was like she was like in one of the Tubi movies. They had like it's gonna have another part to it. So, well, after that, she was not.
I didn't know she got dropped from. I know she got dropped from a show that was on All Black app.
That's what I mean. All Black, yeah.
No, them Tubi movies, them folk, half of them Tubi movies, ain't no money being put into that. You can't sue them people. You can just not watch it. It's people that's gonna watch it and go down the rabbit hole. So it is what it is.
Them Tubi movies are funny though.
They are hilarious, honey. I don't be understanding, but they are funny. All right,
I too can make a Tubi movie.
We all can at this point. I'm finna throw my bid in. Okay, real quick, let's talk about Tank real quick. This year Tank and R&B, the R&B and Money podcast, I love it. I follow it. Tank is written for a plethora of artists. He also did a Tiny Desk this year. Oh my God, there have been some amazing Tiny Desks this year. Tank had one, Babyface had one. Juvenile is my favorites, okay? And Juvenile had the strings behind him, man. It was awesome. It was dope. I have not seen Scarface's Tiny Desk yet. It just came out, I think, a week or so ago. But Tiny Desk has been like pulling in the hip hop artists, and so I'm very appreciative of that. Because I think we need it for the culture. It is what it is. But where was I going with that? I was talking about Tank. Tank recently was in the blogs because there were two shows that he quote unquote was hired to do, and he ended up not doing them. So let me give y'all tea because I got firsthand tea about the situation in Little Rock. So the same thing probably happened in Jackson. So when you book an artist to come to a club to perform, they have an appearance fee where they might sing a song or two, and they have that fee. And then they have a show fee where they do a whole set, and they got that fee. Well, the promoters for the show in Jackson and in Little Rock contracted Tank to make an appearance. Tiny Desk does remind me of MTV Unplugged, yes. They contracted Tank to do an appearance and perform a couple of songs. So that was one fee. His show fee, however, is a different fee. They had an opening act, the whole nine, unbeknownst to Tank. So when he got to the venues, they pulled the switcheroo on him saying, "Hey, you ready for the show?" He's like, no, we're not doing no show. I'm doing an appearance and a couple of songs. That's what I was hired to do. Check the contract. Neither promoter was willing to pay Tank the remaining money that it would have taken for him to perform, and so they didn't get no Tank. People were livid, of course, because there was no Tank. But it was not Tank's fault. And promoters in the year of our Lord 2024 don't be out here booking stuff and not paying for shows versus appearances. They are different. Check out the people's fees before you book and start promoting and doing that thing. Jonathan Majors. This year. Oh, hold on. Before I get to him, Megan Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez has been found guilty. He's appealing. He's doing all kinds of crazy stuff, but he in jail. He spent his time in jail for Thanksgiving. They showed him posted up with a picture. He in jail. That's where he is. That's where he belongs. He shot that girl. He admitted to it on the phone. He's claiming that now the bodyguard is saying that he want to testify that Kelsey shot Megan Thee Stallion. Listen. Tory, you shot that girl. Let it go. Let it go. Let it flow. Let it go. All right, moving along. Jonathan Majors. So we all know the story of Jonathan Majors dating the white girl, and they had a tumultuous relationship. Tumultuous relationship ended probably March of this year when the police was called on Jonathan Majors. He got arrested, which ironically was the same night that he was supposed to be on SNL. They ended up doing another show or whatever, or doing a rerun that night. The Jonathan Majors was supposed to appear on SNL because of this incident. Jonathan, the girl tried to get the phone from him because he thought she was texting somebody else. They had an argument in the car. He gets out the car. She runs after him to take his phone, the phone that he probably pays the bill for. Okay. He tries to put her in the car. In the process of that, her finger's broken. I don't know if he'll bounce back from that. I don't think if he plays a gay man and wears a dress, he'll bounce back.
Do you mean Tyrese and not Tyler?
No, she's talking about Tyler Perry. When Tyrese play a gay man?
Oh, I'm talking about wearing a dress. Tyrese.
She's talking about Tyler Perry. When Tyrese wear a dress?
Okay.
I ain't never seen him do that.
Oh, girl, it's been out. He was wearing a dress to a red carpet event, and it was red. The dress was red, and he had a black tuxedo coat with a red dress. Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna show it to you.
Okay. I don't think he'll bounce back from this. He lost the bag. The bag being the Disney bag. Disney money is money. Okay. And he had the opportunity to play. Well, he played them. They're gonna change.
I just sent you on TikTok, so make sure you look at it.
Okay, I will. I'll look at it. He played one of the biggest villains in MCU history, and that was a big deal because he had a several movie deal behind that. I will say Disney, y'all was ready to release this statement. I'm talking about ready to release soon as and they didn't find him guilty of what people say they found him guilty of. So let's break down the guilt factor real quick, and then we're gonna move on. The guilt factor that they found him of was kind of like negligence, if you will. So he didn't have any intent to break the girl's finger. He was really trying to get the girl, hey, get back in the car. I'm taking a walk to cool off. Just go. He's trying to get in. She's fighting him. So you so funny. You so funny. And so that was a thing. There was some other, text messages and all that stuff that he did. Abuse is abuse, absolutely. But I don't, in that situation, I think based on her behavior and how she acted that night, I think they were both kind of wrong for each other and toxic in a lot of ways in that situation. And with that being said, don't do that no more, Jonathan. Don't, please leave them people over there where they belong, because you see what they do when you you see what they do. That's all I'm gonna say. Hopefully he'll be able to bounce back because he's an awesome actor, an amazing actor. And I remember they did this to Nate Parker when Nate Parker was getting ready to come out with Birth of a Nation. Um, all of a sudden, this story comes out about something that he was, found not guilty of back in college. That was a whole thing. They delved into it a little bit more. It was a whole thing. So he's been blackballed. Now, certain situations, certain people deserve to be blackballed. I'm just gonna say that Columbus Short, he one of them. How you mess up an ABC bag? That's Disney too. How you mess up your ABC bag? I don't know. You was on Scandal and you messed that up. You messed it up. And there's some other people that have messed up their bags. So those people, yes, definitely. But I really think hopefully that he can bounce back. Magazine Dreams, I don't think that film is ever going to see the light of day. I mean, yeah, because at this point in juncture, privilege still reigns, in my opinion. I don't know that he had beat that girl. I know the messages. I know how everything sounds. I'm not 100% sure that that's what he did. But I do know that people that are your surroundings are going to determine a lot for you, especially in that industry. And you can't just have anybody in your space. That's just my thought process. So, hopefully, prayerfully, he can bounce back. We pray. We hope. But man, you lost a Disney bag, and that's, like I said again, that's Jesus. I think I done covered everything. Do we have any reality news? Oh, Ja Morant, real quick. I'm sorry. Ja Morant, my guy, got in trouble for flashing a gun. First was suspended for 8 games, and then flashed another gun. And at the beginning of the season, the Grizzlies did not have him for the first 25 games of the season. They have an awful record, and hopefully they can get it together, because they've lost the last few games that they've played. When John first got back, they were on the roll and they did their thing, but yeah, they losing and it's bad. Hopefully they can get it together. I love basketball, my favorite sport. And I'm for the home team. I'm a Boston Celtics fan, but I'm a Memphis Grizzlies fan as well, and I enjoy watching the game of basketball. Is my favorite. I heard Ja's daddy is a problem and an enabler living vicariously through his son. Thoughts? You know what? And I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. When T was a college basketball star, right? While he was in college, his mom was also in the sports. I think she ran track, played basketball, some other stuff. They had that baby young. Let me say this. In my 20s, I probably was not the best mama, right? I think I was the best that I could be. But when you're 20 something, you're still learning and growing. So now you're not growing up with your kid. And I don't know exactly when he had job. I can't do the math right now. But you're still growing and learning. Do I think he's an enabler? Not necessarily. I think at some point when somebody's paying all of your bills, you can't really tell them what they can and cannot do. I think that that's the case. So Ja do what he do. I mean, his dad hasn't been around him. His dad went at the strip club with him when he was flashing a gun. His daddy wasn't sitting in the car with him when he flashed a gun. The other part of that is it's a hypocritical type of situation, in my opinion. He wasn't shooting a gun at anybody. He flashed a gun. That's not good, because that's typically what kids do and they don't know any better. But he legally owns a gun. Legally owns a gun. That's his legal weapon. He didn't shoot anybody. He didn't rob anybody. He just had the gun. Is it in poor taste? It was in very poor taste. But I think it's a hypocritical thing when you can look up other basketball stars or you can look up other football stars. They go on hunting trips. They pose with semi-automatic weapons. He just had a pistol in his hand, right? They pose with semi-automatic weapons, this and that and the third. And a lot of people, oh my God, again, yes, you are a role model. And for some of the little kids out here that's living a different type of life that you're living, that was not a good look. But it also didn't warrant 25 game suspension, in my opinion. Just my thoughts, just my opinion. His dad, I don't know about the enabler part. His dad said, he talks to him, he tells him, what's right or wrong. But at this point, your son is worth millions of dollars and you are not. Your son bought your house that you were staying in. So you can only tell your son what to do for so long. But them kids that's making their money, they gonna just, we saw LeBron tell his mom to sit her ass down at a basketball game. Did we not? So that's just my opinion. I hopefully, he gets it together. I also think it's a plot and a ploy to move Ja from Memphis as well. That's another thought that I had. He's a very good player, and Memphis has been like on the heels of like making it further and further in the playoffs each and every year. And it's gotten to a point, where it's the Heat, that we're NBA team, but it's not like a team, it's not a Lakers or a Boston, you know what I'm saying? It's not one of those types of teams. So to put him somewhere in a power situation, I don't know. Ooh, I don't know about that either, because like I said, the guns, that's not a good look right now for the people. We'll see, but I don't know. I don't know. You got any reality that we might have missed to kind of review?
The only one good thing about reality, I like Garcelle on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I think she's finding her footing. When she first got on there, I didn't like it. I did
because it was the last episode before the because right now they're not showing new episodes until next week. Mm-hmm. But Dorit kept on accusing Garcelle of attacking her. Why are you attacking me? She said, I'm not attacking you. I'm not, talking about verbally, She said, I'm not attacking you. And I hate that you're using that word attack. I'm not attacking you. I'm just telling you how I feel and like it is. Mm-hmm. And she was like, but I feel like I'm being attacked. She's like, I am not attacking you. So Dorit didn't get it. That whenever you call saying a black woman is attacking you, that's a negative connotation towards the black race. Yep. And so Erica Jane said, people look at attack different when it's done by a black woman than it is a white woman. So if you're telling her that she's basically attacking you, there's going to be a negative. People are going to view her negatively because she's a black woman. Yeah. And so Dorit was like, well, if you want to talk about this, you can tell me what are some of your triggering words. She said, I'm not here to educate you.
And she's not. Like, first of all, white lady, you know what you doing. You know what you're doing.
She said, your privilege. And then she said something about her privilege. I said, Garcelle said, yeah, your privilege have you very ignorant.
Right. Since you privilege.
And she said, my privilege. And Erica said, your white privilege, honey. Your white privilege.
Oh, Erica, I heard this season Erica's gotten a lot better. Yeah. I think since her bobblehead twin is gone, she didn't wisened up.
But I thought that was good. Married to Medicine. Oh, Dr. Jackie. Here's my thing about Dr. Jackie.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me say this and then I'll let you say what you have to say. Okay, she said what she said 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. She didn't read no script. She said it from her heart. So she meant every word that she said. Mm-hmm. So when she got called out for it because the last episode before the holidays, she had a meeting with the vice president about the health mortality of women giving birth. And, she made it seem like she was for it. Whereas it has come out allegedly, she don't even have Medicaid or Medicare clients. She has high clientele, like the stars and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't even see the regular women.
She doesn't. So the women that she sees, you see the Brad, you've seen Candy Burris on there,
right?
You've seen all of the Tamar, all of those people,
right.
So
here's what I'm saying. So when she got called out for what she said 3 years ago, she come reading a script with some fake crocodile tears. Okay, I don't buy it because you don't mean it. You're doing that because you had to do it to save face. Because if you meant it, you wouldn't have to read from a cue card or a teleprompter or whatever. Because that was just so red. You can tell it was red. And then you try and ain't no tear came out your eye.
The other thing too that they're saying is that she wants Heavenly to take because she did it on Heavenly's thing that she posts on YouTube.
Yeah, she said we took it out of context. No, you said what you said. Yeah. You said that majority of the Black women be exaggerating their pain.
No, you know what? And so I'm gonna go back to remember.
That's what she said. She said
right. No. I know she said that. So remember when Buffy was on the show, and so Jackie's never had kids. Did she have her own struggles with that, or did she just not want to have kids?
No, she had struggles.
So
Jackie had struggles. I believe Jackie wanted kids. I believe Curtis wanted kids. No, Curtis wanted kids. He probably got some kids, but we don't, because they're trying to say that they're not together anymore. Folks are, it's rumored that, they was talking about you don't see Curtis on Married to Medicine.
But the only time he's been on there.
Right, but the only time you saw him on there is during the episode with the strippers. You saw that? He
went to the wedding with Jackie, did he not? Yeah, he was at the wedding. Nope. Curtis was out of town. Curtis was out of town.
He was out of town.
He was out of town.
They said he was out of town with his side boo.
Y'all gonna leave them folk alone. Okay.
I know.
Well,
but they don't think they're together.
My thoughts and feelings on Jackie's, I totally agree. You said what you said, you meant what you said. She wants Heavenly to take the video down because she feels like Heavenly is being is monetizing off this. Here's the thing. We got to realize the internet never forgets. You know what I'm saying? So if you go on and somebody on Married to Medicine said that Jackie was really the messiest one on there. She's just.
I can totally see it. Yeah. I can totally see it. I can see it.
Yeah. You meant what you meant and you said what you said. And I think that if from your heart you felt differently, then you shouldn't have had to have a cue card or a script.
Right.
You should not have had to. If you have a PR person, your PR person should have told you, speak from the heart.
Right.
They probably could have given you an example of what you could have said, but the whole thing should have been speak from your heart. Don't read from a cue card. And so
or have a teleprompter in front.
Right.
So that have the app where you have the teleprompter.
Right. So and that diminishes your sorry. That diminishes. It's just like saying if I offended or if I hurt you, I'm sorry. You see what I'm saying?
It's that word.
I didn't mean to offend you, but or no disrespect, but you're whenever you start off with that, the apology is not real. You meant to offend me. You meant to disrespect. You meant everything that you said. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm coming from with that. I think, and Jackie, it's okay to own up to how you feel. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. But also don't be going on here like you fighting for, the birth mortality rate or the female, whatever you fighting for. Don't make it seem as though you're fighting for us when
you're not. when you really don't care about us, the regular folk.
You care about the money folk.
Because you want to make the money.
You want to make the money.
When the love of money gets in the way, yeah, you got to answer for that.
Yeah. So it's questionable at that point. Let me see. The thing that stuck out for me this year, Mia now has a new boo. It's supposed to be a radio personality down in Atlanta. That's what the streets are saying. And supposedly engaged to the new boo.
But she ain't divorced yet.
You ain't even divorced. Yeah. Let's see. It's rumored that Nene's supposed to be coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. We'll see if that boat sails, floats, flies, whatever the boat does. And they are talking about rebuilding Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Which they need to.
They kind of do. I kind of like bring some of the oldies, the old heads back. I could do without Sheree. I could definitely do without Sonya, which I heard Sonya actually is leaving and doing her own show. Drew is good TV. She's a mess, but she's good TV. You know what, I'm gonna say this, and I might make some folk mad, and I like Kandi. I could do without Kandi. There is no more story to tell. They were bringing the old lady gang show back, and then they said they're not doing the old lady gang show. But I think we're done with. I just my opinion. I think Kandi need to take a couple of seasons off. That's just my opinion.
I don't believe Phaedra belongs on Married to Medicine. She belongs on the Housewives.
She does belong on the Housewives, but if Kandi can sit down and go do something else for a minute, let Phaedra come back. Since you don't want to be around Phaedra, let Phaedra come back to Real Housewives with them. That's my thought process. Phaedra been a little messy, but I mean that's what Phaedra's good for, is being messy. So yeah, I like Married to Medicine, but I like Married to Medicine, and she's cool. In my opinion, she's cool on Married to Medicine, but she, she's on there right now. She's dating a doctor. She's dating a new doctor now. She's not dating that doctor anymore. It's a trip. We'll see. But they definitely need to reboot the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And at this point, I think the Green Eye Bandits need to take a couple of beats as well. Oh, by the way, Eminem has a protective order against Robin and Giselle because they tried to trademark Reasonably Shady.
The shady part, but my thing is you don't own shady, the word shady. Right. Okay, you're Slim Shady. This is Reasonably Shady. It has nothing to do. When we think about Reasonably Shady, we do not think of Eminem.
I don't think about Eminem at all. However, he got a trademark on the word shady. Just like they had, like when Blue Ivy was born, her mom and daddy got a trademark on her name. Legally, I don't care if I never think about Eminem when they had that show. There's a trademark for their name. So he got
Slim Shady or just the word Shady?
He has a trademark for Shady. Slim Shady is one of his monikers, but I think hold on, if I'm not mistaken, Shady is what he has the trademark for. So because he has the trademark for Shady, anybody trying to get a trademark for the same thing is gonna be a problem. They tried to make him appear in court. So he got the protective order so that his lawyer can go. Robin makes more than her on the show, and Candace works twice as hard. I don't agree with that. But Robin is a old head too. That's the other thing. Robin is an original Potomac.
But see, girl. Robin ain't giving out much though. To be honest with you,
Robin is getting her ass handed to her this season
because you ain't giving out that much.
Right. When everybody else is do
I think her marriage is a sham? Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I think that I think they sleep in separate bedrooms.
They probably do. I don't think one really cares for Robin. I just think that, that's been his normal for a better part of his life.
And he said it with a hot mic once in one season.
What he say?
He said that if he didn't have the kids, he would not be with Robin.
Oh yeah, I remember that hot mic moment. Yes. So there's that. Yeah. Trying to see if there's anything else.
I don't know. Here's my advice: don't call Juan on the phone to be on live. Because he's gonna embarrass you.
Yeah, she does. I agree with what Candace said. That's the truth. And she was like, well, why would I get on the show and talk about, well, why have you delved into Karen's life? Why have you delved into other people's lives? You right there with your messy partner in crime. You're right there with the messy partner in crime, delving into other people's business and trying to figure out what's going on in their lives and telling them they need to be held accountable because they're not being truthful about their lives. You ain't being truthful about yours. It's cool when you do it. It's a problem when they do it. Mm-hmm. Make it make sense. I totally agree with that.
And then Giselle, oh my gosh, the hypocrite of them all.
She is the biggest hypocrite. Like, listen.
And I was rooting for her season 1. I was Team Giselle on season 1.
I like Giselle. Let me say this. I have liked Giselle on the show because Giselle adds a little too. And she's always said she adds a little too. But she's taking it too far. She took it too far. With the Monique thing, that manipulation thing happened. That was taken too far. With all of that, every year it seems like she takes it one step further and it goes beyond where it needs to go. And that's what I don't like about Giselle, is that she's doing too much with so little when it's not even that way. The husband made you feel uncomfortable. Immediately when you felt uncomfortable, you said, hey, can you open the door? The door was open. It was no problem. They went out in the hall and talked. It was not an issue. But you waited until the season to bring it up. Mm-hmm. You didn't call. You get Candace's number. You didn't call Candace and say, hey, Candace, listen, this is what I feel. Now, she said something to Robin that day, but Robin was like, girl, you tripping. That's Chris. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, that's what I don't like. She adds bits and pieces to it that's unnecessary, and it becomes an issue and a problem. And she entertains, and she's very messy, just like Ashley is extremely messy. So I can't. Yeah, I enjoy Giselle when Giselle is being fun, shady, and being the fun, crazy little individual that she is. But she's really messed up people's situations as a result of it because you're a miserable human being. Like, dude, that's crazy.
And you coming up with all these fake relationships. Come on.
You think the relationship with the young buck is fake?
Girl, please. He's probably a good nut, and that's it.
Oh, interesting. Good nut.
Oh, I'm sorry to be like blunt, but
I did leave one thing. We're gonna talk about two things real quick. We recently talked about P Diddy. But TD Jakes has been.
I'm not gonna speak on TD Jakes,
and we don't have to. I don't believe that. That what they're saying about TD Jakes. I believe production puts it up to a lot, but she also creates mess. She needs a job, child support running out, and the collection plate ain't paying her bills. Baby, you said it best. What I'm gonna say is, about the addition of the TD Jakes. I don't believe that Cassie has anything on TD Jakes. Let me say that right now. I do not believe that he is what they call a power bottom. I don't know where they came up with that. I don't believe that. I also don't believe. I do believe that TD Jakes has gone to P Diddy's parties. I don't believe that he's engaged in anything. I think pretty much we don't cut up to the old folk go home from our parties, right? We play the right music, we serve the nice, food on the nice crystal, and then when the old folk go home, then we cut up and act the fool. I don't believe that he's done that. There's a lot of people who seem to believe it. I don't believe it. It's a very salacious story. Yeah. not hit the like when you're done. Let me tell you something. Get out of my podcast. I'm sorry. You are. Okay. So y'all, my child is in the background, getting on my nerves. So I don't believe it. Let me just say that. Do I believe that Diddy has done a lot of the things that he's been accused of? I absolutely believe it. You got power, you got money. People have talked about things in the past. Everything is adding up. The math is mathing. But I don't believe that TD Jakes. Now, if y'all prove me wrong, that's fine. But I do not believe that TD Jakes is a power bottom. I know.
I don't believe it either.
I don't believe it at all.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. However, did you hear the message that he preached? Was it that Sunday when he said, and if he did it, he's covered by the blood?
No, I didn't hear that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to send it to you.
You're gonna have to send it to me.
Girl, because I was like, but I'm not gonna speak against you. I'm not gonna speak against you because you're the man of the cloth. You know, I'm not supposed to speak against you. But I'm like, that did not sound right at all.
Who do you think is on Epstein's list?
Ooh, a lot of folks on Epstein's list.
On Epstein's list. They were already calling some of the names on Epstein's list before Epstein offed himself. Oh, was a lot of people on that list.
Apparently offed himself.
Well, yeah, because I don't believe I believe somebody got him shanked or hung or whatever in the jail. I don't know, but when that list come out, we're gonna be right here, baby, talking about who on the list. And then Brian McKnight. Let me tell y'all something. That man is trash for centuries to come. Let me just say that right now. That man changed his name so that he can name his baby Brian McKnight Jr. or Brian McKnight, whatever the lady's name is, Jr. So they can be juniors when you already got a Brian McKnight Jr. Like, how make that make sense and tell me how that works. Houseway. How? Okay. I'm sorry. Because that's bothersome to me that you think so little of your children that you're going to kick them to the curb for this new person, this new shining new family that you have. It's really crazy. That's all we get. That's all I got tonight. I think we covered everything that didn't happen this year. If we didn't, we sorry. I've been a little preoccupado. And ripping and running, God. I do want to see this list when it comes out. Definitely want to see that. I didn't put together in memoriam. I normally do that for those that we lost this year. Maybe I'll get that together and talk about that on the next episode. We'll just have a slot for that. Wendy, you got anything else? Tell them how they can reach you, girl.
You can get to me on Facebook, Wendy Edinburgh Smith. You can also get to me on Instagram at VLux76. And of course, my Mary Kay website is www.marykay.com/WEDINGBOURGH.
Okay, girl. And you can reach me on all my platforms, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Vic's Faith, Facebook, Vic's Faith more. And if y'all want to continue to follow us, next week we'll be back on track to stream from multiple platforms. But y'all can reach us at The Size Up over on Facebook, The Size Up 2102 on Instagram, and then The Size Up Official Podcast on YouTube, which you guys are streaming or watching us from YouTube now. So make sure y'all check us out. Y'all follow us.
Birthday Wednesday.
Birthday is Wednesday. Wendy's birthday is Wednesday. It's back to work we go.
I will go back on the 8th.
Yeah, Wendy won't be going back till next week because every year she takes this time off, which is great. I wish I could take a week off for my birthday. I kind of sort of did this year a little bit. But make sure you guys are doing your part. Happy birthday, Wendy. By the way, Heather sent me a lovely Christmas card. I am super excited that she did send it to me. That don't mean she coming back anytime soon, I don't think. But I did get the Christmas card. I enjoyed it. I had a ball. What are you doing? Okay, I'm still recording. Oh my God, help. And so that's that on that. I have to go to work in the morning, unfortunately. So we are going to end this live. Make sure y'all hit us up. And that's it. That's all we got. We'll see y'all next week. Let me do. Oh God, hold on, friend. All right, we'll see y'all next week.